Let's start. My name is Kirill. I'm one of the core developers at the zkBob protocol. And so, let's talk about how you can integrate zkBob privacy into your DeFi workflows and everyday life. So the challenge we are standing against at zkBob is the challenge of on-chain privacy, financial privacy. So the financial privacy is something that we all expect from the traditional finance and banking solution. But when it comes to on-chain use cases, that's typically lagging a bit of behind because the current blockchain architectures do not support the native privacy, and using the financial infrastructure on the blockchain without any financial privacy may pose a lot of risks to all the users basically. And we believe also that this lack of privacy on the blockchain is one of the key reasons why we are lacking this mass adoption, and it prevents the future mass adoption of the blockchain and how it can replace the financial infrastructure we have today in traditional finance. So at zkBob, we are building three main products basically right now. It's the Bob, which is a multi-chain, multi-collateral stable token. We have a Bob CDP, which is one of the ways how you can obtain Bob by using the over-collateralization mechanism. And the zkBob is this privacy application that you can use Bob and in future other tokens as well to use this cool and nice privacy features. So Bob is a decentralized multi-chain and capital-efficient stablecoin, and it's very optimized for usage within a zkBob application for achieving this level of privacy. For pegging Bob, we are using this concept of concentrate stability for now and the Bob CDP in the future. And so the way it works currently is we are using highly concentrated Uniswap, V3, and other concentrated liquidity positions to achieve this hard one-to-one peg with USDC and other stablecoins. And this way, it allows you to make this swaps forth and back between stablecoins and Bob with minimal fee swaps and minimal slippage. So now let's talk about the zkBob and cool privacy features it offers to you. So the zkBob application is an application which preserves privacy for your use cases and allows you to make fast and easy payments in stablecoins using zk proofs, basically. Users can perform different types of actions within the privacy pool. They can make completely gasless account obstructed deposits, transfers within the privacy pool, and withdrawals back to their public accounts. And all of this happens in a completely private manner. And so this way, only the actual sender and the receiver of each particular operation is physically able to access and decrypt the data and metadata of each transaction. So the zkBob product is currently available only for Bob tokens in Polygon and Optimism layer 2s, but with more chains and more tokens coming very soon to the product. So that's how the UI looks from the brief. So as I said, you can make the deposits, transfers within the pool, and then back withdrawals to your public account. We'll see more about the UI applications in the demo time. So we are looking forward to multiple use cases with the zkBob application, with main being related to all sorts of peer-to-peer transfers between users, anything related to payroll services and salary payments, to employees, regular employees, and independent contractors. We are looking how the zkBob can help you to achieve this privacy within donations and different grants, how it can help you to achieve private fundraising, crowdfunding, helping organizing different DAO payments, how it can be integrated with TradFi, and all sorts of other useful possible use cases, basically. So one of the probably the largest use case for now related with zkBob and the use case people are actually using it is for this actual salary payments. So the way it works is that instead of paying salaries completely publicly from the Knossi Safe multisig or something like that, where everyone can see your transaction history, how much each employee receives, and what do they do with this money after they receive their salary, you can ask your employer, or if you are an employer itself, to use the zkBob instead. And basically how it can work is that our employer, Carl, which has USDC budget for some monthly salary payments can swap it one-to-one with minimal fees using one of the DEXs we support into Bob, then gastlessly deposit Bob into the privacy pool, and then on the salary day, easily make this multi-transfer completely private to all of his employees to transfer their salary on their private accounts. And then once you, as an employee, receive your salary, you can withdraw it back to your public wallet, swap it to any other asset you want, or continue using it within DeFi, off-ramp to the fiat, or do whatever you want. And the cool thing about this is that everything that happens within the pool remains completely private, so that no one has access to, except of you. Nobody knows really how much money you have, how much you receive, how much you spend, and what do you do with your own money and salary. There are certain other features at the zkBob we are focusing our attention a lot. One of them is the support for the mobile devices. So we believe that one of the crucial things about the privacy for everyday transactions for people to actually start using it is also the mobile support. So we are making sure that the Snark proofs generation and the UI works responsive enough, fast enough, and easy enough on the mobile devices in your web browser, so that the UX can also be used on the go from your mobile phone. Yeah, we are looking how we could achieve the different cross-chain integration, and for that, in the zkBob, even though the privacy pool itself is only available on Polygon and Optimism layer 2s, we're gonna also easily swap back and forth tokens on between multiple chains and multiple tokens throughout our application using this cool integration with the DeFi widget. Yeah, and the third important point I want to talk about is the compliance. So basically, compliance-friendly privacy is what we call it at zkBob. We believe that the only possible way for future and existing privacy solutions to evolve into current and the crypto space and the compliance regulation is to find this balance, the right balance, and the compromise between the level of privacy you get by using zkBob or similar privacy application and the level of compliance and regulatory requirements you might want to fulfill. And so at zkBob, we are trying to build this and find the right balance between the compliance and the level of privacy. And yeah, so that users can still achieve the level of privacy they require without actually triggering any red flags from the regulators or other authorities. So we are using a complex approach to compliance in zkBob. Right, one of the building blocks for the compliance we're using is the screening for AML checks of each deposit and withdrawal addresses, so that no, like, obviously malicious and blacklisted sanctioned entities and accounts can access and make deposits or withdrawals from inside the pool. And so that's something that already exists for a long time in the traditional finance and works well. And we believe that for on-chain solutions and especially on-chain privacy solutions, this also must be the case. And so the zkBob should not be an exception. And we should also follow this sanctions list and any red AML flags that our solution might raise. So right now we're using the integration with the Ethereum labs for this AML screening and AML checks. So the way it works is then when Alice wants to transfer some funds privately to Bob, so to make a deposit and then use it within the pool, well, all of your transactions with the pool and your interactions with the pool go through the centralized sequencer, which are going to be decentralized in the future. And so once the sequencer receives this operation, it performs a fast and efficient check with the fast and efficient cross-validation with the Ethereum provider to make sure that your deposit address or withdrawal address does not violate any AML regulations or raise any red flags. And so if you're good to go, then the sequencer proceeds and includes your transaction and submits it to the pool contract. And the third approach we are using to the compliance is called the optional KYC, as we use. So basically, currently we are integrated with this Opium KYC Know Your Cat solution provider. So the way it works is that you can get verified on the Opium website and mint a soulbound NFT on your wallet, which has some specific traits for the zkBob application. And then you're able to use this verified address from the Opium KYC to actually access the zkBob and use the extended deposit and withdrawal limits to your account. And so currently the underlying KYC solution the Opium KYC is using for us is the Binance BOB tokens, which is also this separately issued soulbound NFTs by Binance. Basically, if you have a KYC passed on Binance chain, Binance exchange, you can mint this Binance BOB token on your wallet and then proceed to the Opium KYC registration. So now let's talk about the bounties we have for the hackathon. So yeah, one of the features we're asking you to integrate during the hackathon is another way of simpler making the deposits to the pool. So basically, it's a solution for achieving fast and easy private payment integrations within partner products and other solutions. And its cool feature is that it minimizes the required effort, coding skills, and the time for the integration between zkBob in any other third-party or open source wallet, DApp, DeFi-based protocol, and anything else. And the crucial point in the direct deposit feature is that no zk-SNARK proof generation is actually required from the user submitting this deposit, which is different from all other operations which require the active participation from the user in this SNARK proof generation. So the way it works is that any protocol, smart contract, open source wallet, or any other tooling may connect to our simple direct deposit smart contract interface and call a few Solidity functions to submit this deposit. Basically, you just need to specify a specially encoded zk address of the receiver or your own if you are depositing funds to your own account. And then after some time, you also need to specify the deposit amount, of course. And then after some time, the necessary zk proofs and all other metadata will be generated for a batch of such deposits by the sequencer in a completely trustless manner and submitted again to the pool contract for further processing. And once the transaction from the sequencer is mined, the receiver, which is yourself, your employee, or somebody else you send your money to, can easily access these funds from the zkBob pool and to see them in their UI. So for this best use and the best integration of the zkBob direct deposits feature, we have a pool of prizes totaling of 6,000 USD paid in BOB tokens. So the first place received 3K, 2K for the second prize, and 1K for the third place. And so if you have any place in your protocol for payments in stable coins especially, and you might want to make them a bit more private, you can try to replace your payments infrastructure with the zkBob direct deposits feature and be eligible for best use of the zkBob direct deposits bounty. And for everyone else, we have this open track prize pool, basically for all hackathon projects that are willing to spend 5 to 10 minutes to get familiar with the zkBob application, sign up and onboard on our website, create a zk account, generate your zk address, and then either you just can include your zk address somewhere on your application for accepting donations or something like that near to Ethereum or BTC addresses, or you can just show us and share some feedback with the you got of using the zkBob application during the live sponsored judging session on the last day. So just a few ideas. Yeah, one more time I want to mention how you can integrate direct deposits and what you might build using that infrastructure. Is that can be an integration with any open source wallets or other similar software. It can be integrated with the DeFi protocols like taxes, bridges, or their meta aggregators. It can be integrated with anything related to fundraising or donations, payrolls, or any other awesome ideas you might come up on yourself. So it's now time for a short demo of the UI we have. So yeah, that's the screen we are seeing right after we log in into the zkBob UI. Now we want to log in into our account. So I will just start from scratch. I will click that I already have a zk account. I use the Web3 wallet to sign up into the zk account. Choose the MetaMask. I'm gonna assign a message to generate the entropy for my account. Wait some time until the account is loading. All the history is synchronized, and after a few seconds, I will see all the history of operation I performed on this account. So yeah, I will see that my zk balance is now 10 bob, which is 10 USD. I have some balance on my public wallet. Yeah, I performed a bunch of deposits, transfers within the pool, and withdrawals. I also did a couple of direct deposits to this account. And yeah, probably can just right now submit one more deposit from this address. So we're gonna just go to the deposit tab, select the amount we want to deposit, let's say 3 Bob tokens, click deposit. So as I had before, all the deposits are completely gasless. So the only thing I need to sign is the token approval, which is a permit format. Basically, I sign this message, then wait a few seconds. On the desktop, it takes like 7 to 8 seconds to generate a snark proof. Then this proof is being submitted to the sequencer. We're gonna wait a few more seconds until the sequencer generates the snark proofs on his side and submits this transaction actually on chain. Then we'll see how this transaction is being processed by the Polygon network. So as I said, the pool itself is deployed on multiple chains. So for now, it's Polygon and Optimism. You can easily switch between the networks in the UI. So yeah, we already see that 3 Bob already subtracted from our account. Now we'll have to wait a few more seconds until these Bob are actually accrued in our zk account balance. Yeah, it's completed. Now if we go into the history, we'll see that 30 seconds ago we made this completely private deposit. And now as for the direct deposits integration, so the simplest way you can try to make a direct deposit is from the Polygon Scan UI or EtherScan UI. So we're gonna just go to the special zkBob direct deposit contract, select the direct deposit function, and yeah, basically, as I said, it just accepts a few arguments from your side. We're gonna pass our public address here. We're gonna pick an amount we want to deposit. Let's say we want to deposit 5 Bob tokens. So we're gonna type in that. And for the zk address, we just need to specify the specially formatted zk address. So in the UI, we can generate this receiving address, random receiving address by clicking the button in our account tab. We're gonna copy that, paste it here, remove this prefix, and that's it. We're gonna have to okay, something is not working with Polygon Scan for some reason, but yeah, that's basically all is required from your side to submit the direct deposit from EtherScan UI. And so it's even simpler than that to integrate it on the smart contract level within your protocol or any other user interface you're using. So I guess that's it for the demo, for most part. Yeah, so few helpful links to our website, subscribe to our Twitter. Yeah, we have a quite cool documentation pages regarding this hackathon and direct deposit functionality. And if you have any questions, please come by our sponsor booth, grab some merch, ask some questions, or contact us at the Discord channel if you are not on site. Yeah, thank you very much. I'm not sure if we have time for a short Q&A, but yeah, guys, if you have yeah, 1 or 2 questions, yeah, we can try to. Yeah, so the question was, what are deposit limits in the numbers? So we have a tier system to limits. So basically, like the default tier limits to like a single deposit cannot exceed 10k Bob tokens, Bob 10k USD basically. Then we have a same 10k limit for the daily operations you may deposit from a single wallet. And like also the deposits and withdrawals are limited globally to the pool from all accounts altogether, also on a daily basis. Let's right now is standing somewhere around 300k per day. So of course, these limits can be adjusted over time, depending on how active the pool users are. Probably these limits would be increased. And then, so if you pass this Opium KYC, which is optional using the Binance Pub tokens, the limits are doubled for you. And even if this is not sufficient, and for example, you are a large employer and you want to pay salaries to your employees with large amounts, you want to make large deposits, then there is also a special tier for such people. So basically you just can contact us, pass some internal KYC procedures with us, and we'll whitelist your address so that you can make deposits on the large amounts and to use them on salary payments for whatever amounts you want. Do you have any other questions? Okay, then I guess that's it. Thank you very much for attending this workshop. Good luck with your builds.